Well, thank you very much, everybody. This has been a very important discussion, civic discussion about a critical issue facing our city, which is health and wellness. It's something that I've been concerned about and working on for a long time. If I had to say what we have done here, we've talked about a vision for Houston in many different aspects as a healthier, more productive city. But it's not enough just to have a vision. That's the first part. We've got to somehow have a plan to make that vision a reality. And I believe that I am the only candidate who understands how planning, effective strategic planning, can make a difference in the challenges that face our society. And as I mentioned, it really needs to get all the parties together, the stakeholders who are involved in this, and all the dollars that are involved, and see if we can't reshape a healthcare initiative in the city of Houston that gets different results. We've been talking about this for years, and we talk about it and we don't really get better results. There have been some good ideas advanced here, and I, as the next mayor, will have a Houston General Plan adopted within 2 years that will have a health and wellness component of that plan. I think that's the way we've got to go. That's transparent government. That will get results. The other things that are very important are that we need to make our city safe. That's a part of this whole program. An unsafe city is not a healthy city. We need to attract more jobs and economic development. There's too much poverty in the city of Houston, and there's a clear association between poor community health and poverty in our city, as there is with the homeless. And that needs to be addressed by the next mayor, very clearly addressed. But it can't just be an off-the-cuff thing. It's got to be part of a strategic plan. Thirdly, we need to improve the quality of life in our neighborhoods and business districts. And again, you know, that has to do with some big things like public transit and flood control, but also some of the basic sidewalks and basic infrastructure that and parks that make a healthy, livable neighborhood. That will be part of this plan. And it's got to be strategic. And finally, we need to make government more efficient, more accountable, and more responsive to the needs of our citizens. And, you know, frankly, I don't see how you can manage successfully a city as large and complex as the city of Houston without benefit of a very carefully crafted plan that has input from the city. Thank you.
Let me thank you for the opportunity to visit with you this morning. I'll be very brief in my closing remarks. Good health is good business. Good health is good business. One more time. Good health is good business. We can save money and provide for a lot of the services a lot of people have if we can be a healthier population. I've tried to say today that as your mayor, I'm going to work to make that happen. I'm giving you a commitment that I will work to make it happen. And let me tell you a little bit about me. I'm a pretty private person. I've had to expose myself to the public as a candidate for mayor. But my dad died the day before I was born, in part because he couldn't get health care for internal injuries he'd received in an automobile accident because he was poor and he was black. I'm a prostate cancer survivor. My mother is a colon cancer survivor. I have a son-in-law who has been in a 7-year battle with cancer. When I talk to you about my commitment to wellness and health care and providing opportunities for access to health for everybody, please understand that I've got both a history and a sensitivity that is very, very personal to me. Now, my God has been real good to me. I've been here 62 years and I'm in reasonably good health. He's given me a good mind to at least understand if I want to stay healthy, I got to take care of this old body. I've got to spread that gospel to everybody as we go forward as your mayor. We've got to have that attitude. I enjoy the opportunity to think about working with you in the future to make this the healthiest city in this country. Thank you.
Well, thank you for having me here this morning. We've talked about health and wellness, but before we have good health and wellness, we've got to have jobs. We've got to have businesses. And we haven't talked about that today, and because we focused on your concerns. But you need to be aware of other things going on out there right now. You know, I'm the only candidate that has pledged to provide property tax relief. I'm the only candidate that has ever frozen your property taxes as a Harris County School trustee. I'm the only candidate that's talking about being a business and tax-friendly city again, because we have to get this economy going. We got to get people working again, and then when they're working, then we get them healthy as well. And then we start that planning process. I'm the only candidate in this race that has the superior public safety experience to ensure the safety of your families. I'm the only candidate in this race that's going to change the mentality at City Hall to make sure that those city employees know that they work for you. And I'm the only candidate in this race that understands that cultivating our youth in their early years will make them stronger individuals and make us a stronger city. You know, as I travel around this city, I hear from one end to the other how concerned people are about the economy, how they're concerned about their safety. It's a shame that some of your coworkers are losing their jobs. Your neighbors are losing their homes. Friends are being robbed. And in some cases, Houstonians are losing their lives. And that is totally unacceptable. That's why we need leadership to guide the city. We need leadership that has that government and business experience to give you that strong leadership. We need strong leadership that has that military and public safety experience that can lead the city. I want to thank you for having me here today. Once again, RoyMorales.com, and God bless you.
Well, I want to thank you again for your time and attention this morning. And we have been talking about health and wellness issues, but there are a multitude of other issues that impact this city. The two biggest issues being the economy and public safety. And if you go to my website, AniceParker.com, you'll see written policy statements on both of those issues. And as I said earlier, we can have a dialogue about those other issues impacting our city. I grew up here in Houston. I grew up out in the Spring Branch area, and we didn't have much money. One of my earliest memories was driving through the streets of the Memorial area with my dad, who, in addition to his daytime job, usually had 2 or 3 other jobs, and he always had a paper route. And on the weekends, I would go out with him on the paper route. You know, he worked, my mom worked. Actually, both my grandmothers worked outside the home, strong women role models. But I can still remember the sound of those newspapers hitting those driveways in the dark. And one of the things I learned from those days with my dad is that you work hard, you accept responsibility, and you get the job done. That's the same ethic I teach my kids. That's what has founded this city, and that's what we need to run this city. You accept responsibility, you work hard, and you get the job done. You ask why I want to be mayor of Houston? Because I can make a difference. I can transform people's lives. We together can transform this city. We have the ability to make this the city it could be, it should be, it can be, and it will be. Do not expect to vote for me, you send me off to City Hall, and that I'll solve all the problems. You have to make a commitment to our city, and you have to make a commitment to the next mayor of Houston that you will join me in City Hall, that we will tackle these problems together, and that together we'll make this the city of the future that we deserve. Thank you for your time today. I want your vote. I want your support. I want your help. But all of us need to make a commitment today to the future of our city. Thank you.
I want to thank everybody for coming. Would everybody please thank all of our candidates one more time?